right, we're back. We're actually so fucking back. I've been away for what, 2 weeks now. I was on vacation. I'll pop up some pictures on the screen as well if I can, so you guys know I'm not BSing. Let me know what you think. And also, we've actually been super locked in with work, operating a new offer right now, which is actually crushing. Got a 5K deal. I'll try to pop that up as well. 5K deal, I think like 2 days ago. We got a 3K or a three-way split yesterday. So things are moving quickly. We're actually getting along. But in today's video, what I want to cover is how to kill limiting beliefs, because this was probably one of the biggest things that I was struggling with for a while. And this is kind of what holds probably most of you people back. It's not even the work, not knowing what to do, how to do things. It's that most of you don't even get started because you're just holding yourself back to begin with. And after having all these sales calls, conversations, and so on, what I'm doing right now is realizing that I'm having these B2C calls. Usually I did that a while back, but now that I have them again, I kind of realize the limiting beliefs a lot of people still tend to have, and it reminds me of myself, right? So in this video, I want to cover everything when it comes to killing limiting beliefs. So if you watch this video in its entirety, you will actually make something out of yourself in life, because you'll stop stopping yourself from getting there, all right? So here's the thing. What you have to understand about limiting beliefs, first of all, is that your limiting beliefs might not even be your own limiting beliefs. And this is very important to understand before we talk about how to actually kill these things, because if you don't realize this, then you're still going to think that you're holding yourself back to some extent. But when you realize that limiting beliefs aren't really your own, they are basically just subconscious thoughts, and subconscious thoughts are something that you cannot control necessarily, because you are not your thoughts, right? You'll get thoughts and ideas and things in your head. You cannot control what comes to mind, what thoughts you have, but you can control how to actually react to these thoughts, right? So understanding that limiting beliefs, when you have thoughts that you cannot make money, or it's hard to make money, I can't approach this girl, it's super nerve-wracking, whatever it might be, those are probably not even your own limiting beliefs, but those are actually things that you have thought and other people have told you across your lifetime. I hope this makes sense. I'll kind of reiterate that again, which this essentially means that a lot of the limiting beliefs that you have is things that you've heard from others across your lifetime, and now you believe them to be true, and your subconscious also thinks that, so it's giving you those limiting beliefs. A great example is that when we grow up, most of us are told that getting rich is very hard, getting rich is impossible, rich people are evil, etc., right? These are all things that we kind of hear. Even though we know or do not know, our subconscious starts thinking this, and then our limiting beliefs across our lifetime is going to hold ourselves back, because your subconscious is going to tell you these things that you've heard across your lifetime, right? So now that you know this information, you are already one step ahead, way ahead of most people, because they do not realize this, but now that you do, you have the corresponding and the right actionable steps to take forward to make sure that you do not let these subconscious thoughts kill your belief in yourself and hold you back from achieving what you want. Now, the next step to be able to actually kill your limiting beliefs is to train your subconscious to remove these negative thoughts moving forward, right? Because limiting beliefs at the end of the day are just negative thoughts you have about whatever situation that you're in, right? So if you have these thoughts about, oh, rich people are evil, making money is hard, whatever, that is ingrained subconsciously, like we talked about. So the next move is to be able to remove those thoughts from coming back up again, because then you won't be having those same limiting beliefs anymore, and you'll start doing the corresponding actions, which are the opposite and will actually get you to your results. So now you're probably asking yourself, or me, or whoever, how do I remove and kill these thoughts, and how do I train my subconscious to stop giving me these limiting beliefs? And the easiest way to do this is to simply understand a very core concept, which is that negative thoughts do not serve you well whatsoever. So why should you, or why do you even let them overtake your way of thinking? Understanding this is the game changer to stopping limiting beliefs, because we all kind of know this in concept, but nobody really applies this to their life. And what I mean by this is that we all know that negative thoughts are negative, right? But we let them control our life. What you have to do moving forward, and the biggest actionable step that I can give you in this video, is to simply understand and take action on every single and each and every negative thought that you have does not serve you well. Why would you let it control you? You simply say no and keep moving forward, right? Obviously easier said than done, but this is going to be the core principle that you have to understand in the beginning stages, which will eventually get you to stop getting these limiting beliefs. Which means that whenever you have a thought come up, such like we talked about, making money is hard, that is a negative thought. Why, you ask yourself, why do I let this negative thought decide how I think? Simply going to say no and keep moving forward. So if you think making money is hard, you're just going to tell yourself no, and you're going to keep doing what you have to actually make money, right? All of these limiting beliefs are just negative thoughts, and negative thoughts do not serve you well. You have to be able to replace these negative thoughts with positive thoughts, which will eventually get you to your corresponding goal. The reason why is because when you have positive thoughts, you start doing the right positive actions, which then actions leads to output slash results, which gets you, obviously your goal is equal results, right? So just breaking this down even logically and mathematically, simply being able to remove limiting thoughts and negative thoughts with corresponding good and positive thoughts will actually get you to your goal and eventually remove those limiting beliefs. Now, don't get me wrong, like I'm saying, obviously it's easier said than done. You're always gonna kind of have negative thoughts, things that kind of pop up just because your subconscious is programmed that way for many, many years. But being able to reduce this substantially, you'll literally realize within like your first month how much further ahead you'll actually be, right? Even me just talking with these guys on these sales calls, it's like they all have these limiting beliefs. It's crazy when you know something about sales and you know how these calls are structured, especially B2C. Then, for instance, I'm helping somebody right now, right? And when I was on a sales call, it's like a content thing, right? So I'm asking, okay, so have you started posting content, or you're just like looking to get to start posting? No, I'm just looking to get started. All right, why haven't you started yet? Oh no, I'm afraid of this, XYZ, what are people gonna think, blah, 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 right? All of these limiting thoughts. And I'm just like, dude, it doesn't even matter if I give you the help or if we help you or XYZ, if you know this information, if somebody coaches you, holds you accountable. None of that matters, because you still have to record the content and get over the limiting belief that somebody's gonna care. You're gonna have to do that no matter if you're coached or not. If you do it on your own, you gotta get over it. If you have somebody coach you, gotta get over it. There's no way out of it. So why have you held yourself back for so many years? Well, it's because he's had limiting beliefs, and he's had his subconscious program him to think that everybody's gonna judge you if you start posting content, when in reality, nobody really cares, because they're gonna see the content and then fucking move on, and they won't even remember what they've seen 30 seconds later. It's purely that simple. But to be able to remove those limiting thoughts and beliefs, what do you have to do? Replace them with good positive thoughts. Understand that negative thoughts serve you no well, so say no every time you have a negative thought, and realize that your subconscious and your limiting beliefs are not your own, but they're programmed from your past life and everything that you've lived. Hope that makes sense. If you found this helpful, comment down below. I'm happy to help if there's anything else you're wondering about. Besides that, catch you guys next time, back from vacation. Things are moving rapidly. We're going to be crushing it. Going to start posting way, way more. So stay tuned. Catch you guys next time. Peace.